Alright, so in this video I'm going to show you a simple way you can use something called git hook. Git hook is bundled with git and it will assist you to perform certain action in various stages of using git. So I'm going to pick up a few easy stuff for you to get along or get started with it. The hook script are exist in git to assist you to achieve something specific on various steps or various action of git manipulation. Okay, so without further ado, let me get into a terminal which I have already opened. I believe I have zoomed in up so people can see me what I'm doing. So the first thing, git repo create. Okay, so this is a wrapper function or alias I have in my bash RC. I'll show you in a moment, and it takes a parameter. Git hooks demo. This is what I'm going to show you, right? A little bit of git hooks related stuff. So if I press enter, I'm inside that newly created git repo. Okay, so what the fuss about git repo create? So declare, because I have a function written inside my bash RC, grc. So this is the function I have inside my bash initialization file. So that's why, and it alias to git repo create. I name my command in user friendly way so I understand what I'm going to do, and it simply take a parameter which will create a git repo. Once the directory created, we get into that directory and simply run git in it. That's all. This is the all things. That's why I'm inside a newly created git repo. Right? It is as simple as that. Okay. So now, so every time you create a new git repo, there is a maintenance directory inside that repo called .git, and under that .git repo, .git folder, there is a folder called hooks. Okay, so let me, so, and it comes bundled with the few script, and you can look at the script name. By looking at the script name, you can understand what is the purpose of that specific script. Okay, so the post means something has to happen after the action taken. Okay, pre means something should happen before any action taken. Okay, so how do you use this? So the first and foremost thing, you need to take away the .sample extension from the script. Okay, and to do that, I'm selecting one specific file. Okay, so before doing anything on git, so if I wanted to use some action to be performed, okay, so before the commit, I should use pre-commit script. Okay, so the first thing, git hooks pre-commit, and I'm writing the file path name intentionally long so you will get accustomed to. So people who use git, they probably are aware of it. I'm writing intentionally the footpath, those who are not familiar with this path, so these things will get etched into their head, so they will be comfortable. Okay, so all I have to do, I have to take away the sample extension, as I said. Okay, from the script. Now you need to check whether by default all the script in the hooks directory have a execution bit set. If it is not, you are supposed to set the execution bit. Okay, because this script has to be executable to perform the action. Okay, so let me cross check. I've changed this file recently, so it has got its execution bit sets, right? So I don't have to set it by myself. If it doesn't, you are supposed to set it. Okay, so the first thing first, let me open that file. Now, one important thing, this hook script can be written in any language you like. It not necessarily has to be written in shell script. You can write it Python, you can write in Ruby, okay, you can write in other language. Okay, so here it bundles by default with shell script, so I'm sticking with it, but you could write it in or whatever the default script content comes along with it. You can entirely wipe out the content of this predefined script and write of your own, but the name of the script should keep intact. Okay, so because it is going to interact with the Git internals, the name of the script should supposed to be stay same, so it helps Git to understand what has to be performed. Okay, so you can see a predefined script. I'm opening a pre-commit script. Now I'm going to add something just for the demonstration's sake. So if I write echo committing and some ellipses, then I intentionally write git status, okay, just to see the status of it before committing. Okay, so if I save this file, now if I do first commit, okay, I'm just adding a file to the repository we have created. Okay, so I have added, if I do git status, we have a commit which we haven't added yet. Git add, okay, fist, instead of fast it become a fist commit. Okay, so I have added it now. So I have added a 2-line before committing, right? So it's supposed to invoke before I commit it. So git commit our first commit. So if I now I have my global git configuration where I signed all my git commit with my GPG key. So this information coming from my global git config file, and for your information, my global git configuration file is uploaded in GitHub under .file repository. If you are curious enough, you can check that out. So these things coming from that file. So you can see the 2-line I have put inside the pre-commit message. Once it echoing commit, which is what it is showing, then it's showing the status. I wrote git status, right? So it is showing me the status before committing. So this is how, if you wanted to use specific thing before the commit happen, you have to put those stuff inside the pre-commit script under the .git/hooks folder. There is a pre-commit script. You need to put all your action, what should be happen before the commit. Okay, like here, as I shown to you, I put 2 rudimentary line just to show you the demonstration. Okay, likewise, let me get into that directory. Now I want something to be, and this .git directory is not part of a Git repo, so it is not going to be shared. So this is entirely a local stuff. Okay, so this hooks folder is entirely resides on your local system, and it will manipulate your local git configuration. It will not go out, provided, say if you are working in a team environment, okay, and you want to set up a specific hooks for that particular repository, then what you can do, you can create a symlink in the normal git repository, like not here in the, so that script, that folder has to contain all these files and commit as a normal file. So when you push it, so it, those hooks get to the all other people who are using the same repository. That is how you can use the git hook in a multi-user environment. Okay, if you want to use your hook to be distributed, you have to create a folder and or make a symlink to this particular hook folder under .git directory and push it like any other normal commits. Okay, then only it will go to other people who are using the same repository and use the hook which is defined for that particular project. Okay, otherwise this hook file directory and its content are local, so whatever happen absolutely locally. Okay, so there is I want to perform something after the commit I made. Okay, so I'm writing a rudimentary 2-line script just for the demonstration's sake, that something could happen after we made the commit. Likewise, you can add, as you can see, there are pre-merge, pre-push, pre-release, pre-receive. Few of the script runs in the server side, right, and most of them run on the local, as pre and post signifies when things happen. Okay, so post commit, I'm giving a name to my there is no post commit script, right, but I want to see something after the commit I made. Okay, so if I do, I just expanded abbreviation or macro in my Vim, which will provide this shebang line once I open a Vim. Okay, which is HB and space will expand to this bash line shebang. Okay, so all I wanted to know, git log ref, this is an alias I written just to add timestamp to the ref log, which ref log is a thing which show you when things happen in the repository and how it happened, and the reverse I made log ref just to add a date instead of changing the ref log syntax to the default behavior. Nice. Okay, and this is good enough, I believe. Just one line, right? And if I save this file and give it a execution bit, because it's newly created, it doesn't have the execution bit. Okay, I wrote it, and now I get back here in the, so if I touch second commit, okay, I'm adding another commit, and I want to see the now both pre-commit and post-commit script both will execute before and after the commit. Okay, so pay attention. So I created a script, as created a file. Okay, now I'm going to add it. Okay, so I have added it. Now I'm supposed to run the commit. Okay, this is our second commit. Okay, and if I press enter, again it will ask for my GPG key for encrypting it, as I said before. This configuration is coming from my global git config file. So whatever the repository I'm inside git, if I want to commit something, my commits get signed by my GPG key. Okay, that's why I have to pass my passphrase. Now you can see it committed, and you can see I ran a git log ref, right, in the post commit script. Now it is showing that with the timestamp, right? Super handy, don't you think so? I'm giving you one absolute ordinary stuff just to make you understand that how you could use this hook script to use it in your benefit or your team members' benefit, to use Git properly in a much more elaborative fashion. Okay, now it is showing the log ref what I have run to show the what happened exactly to this repository. We made 2 commits, right, in 2 different time, as you can see from the timestamp. Okay, so pretty handy. And you see the first prescript also, it spitting out the word committing, and it show you the status also. So I have shown you 2 simple stuff: pre-commit script and post-commit script. Likewise, as you can see from the screen, that under the hooks directory there are different scripts are there. I encouraged you to look into those scripts. The name suggests you enough to understand. Apply patches message, commit message, these are all assistive script which will help to automate Git operation in a much more elaborative or explicit way, which will help people to get along with it. Okay, so and it is especially important if you are working on a multiple, if multiple people, which is normally the case, work in a single repository in a certain environment. Some set of rules has to be put, when people, how people should commit, to when people should commit, how the message should be, how the fetch work, how the release work, how the rebase work. So these rule can be put in the specific script. Okay, so people generally they do left and right changes to this script. These scripts are there with specific name just to give you a heads up that if you want something specific to happen, whatever the Git repository you are collaborating or have using by yourself, you can put on those particular script to achieve something specific if you wanted to do. Okay, this is the simplest possible way we can use Git hook to get the best out of Git automation in a certain way. Okay, so I believe it will give you some sort of heads up to and encourage you to use Git automation in this fashion. But for heaven's sake, please don't overdo it. People tend to overdo it when they discover something. So these are kind of stuff which will easily allow you to shoot in your feet, right? If you don't use it judiciously. So give it some thought. These things are there to enhance your productivity, not to bloat it. Okay, so I hope this little video will help you to wrap your mind to understand how the hook should work in Git. Okay, thanks for watching.